సో గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. టుడే యూపీఎస్సి రిజల్ట్స్ అనౌన్స్ చేయడం జరిగింది. మనతో పాటు లా ఎక్సలెన్స్లో ఈ సంవత్సరం సక్సెస్ అయిన విద్యార్థులు ఉన్నారు. వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళ ప్రిపరేషన్ స్ట్రాటజీ ఇవన్నీ మనతో షేర్ చేసుకుంటారు. ఒక్కొక్కరు వాళ్ళని ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ చేసుకొని ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాము. సో ఫస్ట్ ధీరజ్.
Good evening. My name is P. Dheeraj Reddy. This was my fourth attempt. My optional was anthropology. My graduation is from Osmania University, Center for Distance Education, in political science, public administration, and history. So, yeah, that's briefly about me.
So where are you from?
I'm from Nalgonda district. Currently, I'm in Hyderabad.
So I have an interesting story about Dheeraj. He is very humble to say that he has got a BA degree from distance education, but he got selected to IIT Delhi, computer science. Computer science, hai kada?
Yes.
And then he did not like it, and he came back and joined BA. That is what is the story of Dheeraj. He is very humble not to say that. Right.
My name is Maripati Nagavarat. I am from Kadapa. I finished my dual degree in IT Kharagpur in Electronics and Electrical Communication Engineering, and this is my seventh attempt and fourth mains and second interview, and I got 588th rank. So that's all about me.
Right. Thank you, Nagavarat. Shweta.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sweta. I'm from Hyderabad. I'm a computer science graduate from JNTU, and this is my fourth attempt with anthropology as my optional, and I secured 711 rank this year.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mergu Kaushik, and I have secured a rank of 82 this year. And I'm from Jangam district, and I've been residing in Hyderabad since the past 20 years. I've completed my undergraduation from civil engineering in Osmania University. Post that, I've also pursued my MBA from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, Delhi, and I worked for 1 year as a consultant. And this is my first attempt at UPSC, and my option is sociology. Thank you.
Very good. Right. We have two special people from Law Excellence. One is Venkat Mohan sir. All of these people here have connection with those two people. One is Venkat Mohan sir, second is Satish. Though I am the administrative face of Law Excellence, these are the people who run the Law Excellence. These are the people who contribute excellence in Law Excellence. So, let us start a brief discussion. So now we have Kaushik with first attempt, and we have students with third and fourth attempt. Now, Kaushik, what are the things which you felt vital for success in the civil services?
Sir, personally, I felt that maybe things worked for me in the first attempt, like whatever I did, and the guidance that I got from my seniors or friends who were preparing, and things fell in the right place for me. That is what I feel sir, worked.
So it means you need to have strong support systems while you are preparing for civil services. Many of the people assume that coaching or something will give them IAS. No. The personality in you gives you IAS. In the previous interview with Sweta, I was making a statement. You become officer while you are preparing, not after your preparation. You see many ups, downs, and then you raise. That's where your success comes to you. So, Bharat, tell me your experience, how you have started.
Sir, I started, genuinely I started to explore different subjects. I was very interested to read and pursue psychology. So this was like an opportunity to explore different subjects. So I took it. Later I found that it is not about reading, it is about performing in the exam. So that actually was a bit difficult to me because when I was reading, I was always enjoying the thing, but I was not taking it to the exam. So later I found that that requires strategy and that requires a bit of mentoring. So there I improved with time. And especially in the last 1 year, I understood how the answer writing works. So that actually is the game changer.
Exactly. What is your optional?
My optional is psychology.
Psychology. Okay. You love to read minds of the people. Right. There is an important point which Bharat has said. There is something called forward study where we seek knowledge. And we lost in the happiness of gaining knowledge, understanding the world. But we don't orient that to the exam. We will be with vastness and abstractness of the knowledge rather than having the clarity of the requirements of the exam. Even I did the same mistake while I was preparing. Right, Sir has told me to read one book. The book is How Prime Ministers Decide. When I read that, it's like a novel and I'm enjoying it. So post-independent India, how I have to prepare for my lecture from that book. When I look at that, I don't get 1 or 2 points. So that's where the reverse study, exam orientation, writing, these are very critical part. Most of the doctors, IITians, they take more attempts in this examination. What I felt is they fail to understand the exam. They want to beat the exam with more information rather than with strategy. So you need to gain information is essential, knowledge is essential. But if it is not directed towards the needs of the exam, that's where we have a challenge. And I have my senior Satish from different dimension. How I say it as, he gave 4 interviews. And he is the best mentor I saw till date. The reason is he sits with the students, spends time, talks to them. And he has a lot of patience to improve the students. Satish, what is your take? How we shall make students to clear the exam in the first attempt? How we have to ensure that? How we have to counsel them so that they can spend less time in preparation?
First attempt means definitely they need proper guidance. Without proper guidance, no one can clear in first attempt. So one important thing that I feel is guidance has to be there to clear in first attempt, and of course that is from outside. From student perspective, consistency and a strong desire to clear this exam has to be there. So 2 things. So from student side, a strong desire and consistency, and from outside they need good support and good mentorship. That both of them combining together at right time gives a rank in first attempt.
Right. So my objective is this, maximum 2 attempts. The students has to clear the exam maximum in 2 attempts. Now let us ask Kaushik, who is the star among us for today. So how he has cleared this in the first attempt? You said you got all the support. When did you start your preparation?
Sir, I started it in the last trimester of my MBA, sir, like 2022 Jan. So what I did was I took it one at a time. Like I thought first, if prelims I understand how to score that 100 plus in mocks, that is fine, I'll go to the next stage. So then I started preparing for the mains. After I wrote some 10 mocks and then started consistently getting 100, I thought that okay, prelims I can clear, then I'll go for the mains, and then I started with the mains. So taking one stage at a time is what I did, sir, personally.
How much time before your prelims you have spent on this exam, before taking the first prelims?
Sir, 2022 Jan to 2023 May.
So 1.5 years.
1.5.
This is the critical aspect. I tell to the students, when the parents and students come to me, they want to write the immediate next attempt without gaining control over the exam. So they join in June, they want to write the exam in the next May or June. This 11 months, okay, my child has to become IAS. How much time you give to understand the exam before you take the exam? That is a critical factor to be successful in the exam. I was talking to Tina Dabi a few years back. So she started 2 years before her prelims, her preparation. Most of us, even I did that mistake. I started in January, then I gave my attempt in May. So first attempt I was able to make up to the interview because stars have aligned. Then onwards I started understanding the real nature of this examination from my second attempt. So what Kaushik has said, give time to the examination. And the second, another student who is our PCM student, Dhanush, I was talking to him before. He said, I did not take the first attempt, I give it, okay, let it go. The reason is he knows that he will not clear till the interview if I go through the exam. The reason he did not prepare for the optional. He has no control over the optional. That judgment and decision, that shows your personality. Don't you think so, sir? Right? I haven't prepared. If I have to clear, I have to go through all the stages of the exam. That judgment, okay, 1.5 years, I have to prepare for this exam. Then I will organize myself. So his management training and his organizational skills were very helpful in his preparation. Can I say that way?
Yes, maybe the strategy helped because I thought, as you said, I first completed the film. Then I thought I was about to give 2022 attempt, but then I realized I'm not clearing the cutoff by then when I gave the mock. So I took a job, and along with the job, 1 year I prepared. When I felt confident that I'll go through the stages, I quit the job and gave it.
So this is what I have to appreciate, because knowing yourself at what stage of preparation you are, I need to go forward or not. That decision is the most critical part in this preparation. we just, అంటే నేను నార్మల్ ఐ కంపేర్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ విత్ మ్యారేజ్. సో పెళ్ళి అవునంత వరకు పెళ్ళయిందా ఎప్పుడు పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటారు అంటారు, పెళ్ళి అవగానే పిల్లోళ్ళు ఎప్పుడు అంటారు. అలానే ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యేటప్పుడల్లా, సో వెన్ యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఎప్పుడు అటెంప్ట్ రాస్తారు, ఎప్పుడు ప్రిలిమ్స్ క్లియర్ చేస్తారు, ఎప్పుడు మెయిన్స్ రాస్తారు మళ్ళీ. సో ది సైకిల్, ఆ సంసార చట్రంలో లాగా సివిల్స్ చట్రంలో పడిపోతారు స్టూడెంట్స్. ద జడ్జిమెంట్ దేర్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ద క్రిటికల్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్రిపరేషన్, రైట్?
Regarding the unconventional options, psychology, what is your opinion? And manaki general opinion or thought in the civil preparation is that we need to go with anthropology or political science.
Yes.
These are the two major options that students are taking.
Yes.
So what is your take on taking optional? Because you have taken a very unique optional, that is psychology, and that too from South India, very few take that option. So what is your take on that?
So, initially I used to have a feeling that we need to take the subject which we are very interested in. సో రేషియస్గా రీడింగ్ చేసే ఆప్షనల్ తీసుకుంటే డెఫినెట్లీ విల్ గెట్ బెటర్ అనేది ఒక థాట్ ప్రాసెస్లో తీసుకున్నా సార్. బట్ లేటర్ ఐ ఫౌండ్ దట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ జస్ట్ అబౌట్ రీడింగ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎనఫ్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టాపర్స్ and enough number of mentors, test series. I was initially misguided by few test series, తర్వాత అంత test series లేవు, resources లేవు. Then I found that it is not just about having interest, లేదంటే we need to go to some places where there are good mentors, but అది I could not get that. But one topper actually changed my life అని చెప్పొచ్చు. There is a guy called Civilsprep IAS. So his notes actually made my entire preparation strategy different.
He's from psychology.
He's from psychology, sir. So he wrote his notes, and his notes has become a Bible for me. So I cleared from there.
So this is an important point. So let me emphasize this point. Precision of your preparation. అంటే వ్యాస్ట్నెస్ని ప్రిసైజ్గా చేసుకొని ఆ ప్రెసిషన్ని ప్రజెంట్ చేయడం, రైట్? వ్యాస్ట్నెస్ని ప్రెసిషన్గా తీసుకురావాలి, ప్రెసిషన్ని మార్క్స్గా మార్చాలి. That is what Srinivas sir did to him through his notes probably.
So now do you suggest people to take options like psychology, philosophy? How do you?
Sir, I think for psychology there are decent number of mentors, sir. But at the same time I don't think they are enough, but they are in Delhi mostly. So in case they can opt for psychology, but they have to go through these online things and things like that. But definitely it is a good option because the paper 2 is literally a single book, and which can be mastered in 1 week. Yes, sir.
And philosophy is also like that.
Philosophy is also very small.
Very
but
small.
Same case.
Same case. But the first paper will take at least 3 months of time. But it is extremely interesting, and it is almost actually there is a line called it is the most scientific among all humanities. So it is even better.
No, anthropology also claims the same.
Everybody claims the same.
Right. Just want to tell you that.
Yes, sir. But
Geography claims the same.
everyone claims that, so I don't think that. But definitely it will help, sir. I mean, psychology optional will help students.
One important observation other than Kaushik, it's your sociology, it's an arts background. But these three are engineers. So he's a semi-engineer, I'll call him as.
Psychology and
Anthropology.
So 3 people, they have semi-science, which has got biological leanings, that has optional being engineers.
Sir, actually there in psychology also there is a theory called Howard Gardner's theory. He says that people who are introverted, more of introversion, they like things like psychology. So actually that was the reason also, if I backtrack it. So it is also about personalities, also about many other things. I think they are very subconscious and subconsciously they are.
What is your opinion on the recent trend of civils plus degree? You having came out of engineering and choose to take humanities.
Which year did you leave your IIT?
Sir, 2016.
No, I mean, sorry. Which year of?
Second year.
Sir is also from IIT Madras. You know it or not? but he completed it for a degree. Yes or no, sir? I'm also an accidental doctor, for your info.
And that 5 points.
So we mostly enter into engineering or medicine because it is predetermined in our destiny through parents.
Yes.
Dheeraj, what is your opinion? Engineering or humanities for civil services?
Sir, I would say whatever you choose, you should choose based on your interest rather than the parents' interest. And I would say people from both sides are clearing it. So definitely it will depend on the individual and his interests and his passion for that.
Here I just want to tell something, Satish. So in Andhra Pradesh there is a new revolution started in 2016 that is about degree plus IAS coaching with Sri Chaitanya Narayana. When I was studying why students are unable to clear the exam from there, they are going with Osmania University degree. Then in the Osmania University degree, the problem is they have economic theories. We don't have economic theories in the syllabus. Indian economy is there in the syllabus. And the entire syllabus of graduation is about economic theories. Right? Political theories, we have Indian polity. So that's where they are reading many things which are irrelevant. And the administration is saying you don't need to be serious about that. So first, non-seriousness is built into the mind of the student, which has been spilled onto the civil services preparation. So first critical factor is seriousness on what you do. That has to be built, which they have failed to build because of this lack of synergy between the university syllabus and UPSC syllabus. That is when Somesh Kumar sir, he did one experiment with his daughter. She went to interview this year, Garima. What the experiment he did is the same what our Dheeraj did. He made her to enroll in Open University. What he says is, I need a degree. Whatever is apt for UPSC syllabus, I will make her join in that particular degree in the Open University. Right? He says the Open University degree with civils orientation and with focus, that is what is the secret of her success. Right? Probably Dheeraj, when I first saw him, I was judgmental about him. Sorry, Dheeraj. So his father told me, Gayatri campus he was there in, he brought, so his father was so concerned, he is also a teacher, his father. వీడిని కష్టపడి ఐఐటి చేశాము, మానేశాడు. దిస్ ఇస్ నార్మల్ మై ఫాదర్ విల్ ఆల్సో కంప్లైన్ ద సేమ్ థింగ్. వీడిని డాక్టర్ చేశాను, అమెరికా పంపించాను, మెడికల్ లైసెన్సింగ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ క్లియర్ చేశాడు, ఇక్కడ వచ్చి కోచింగ్ అంటాడు, పాఠాలు అంటాడు అనేసి.
ఇప్పుడు ఏ సర్వీసెస్?
Sir, not sure. Maybe IPS or IRS. Maybe I'm immune from my father's opinion. Once I become financially independent, maybe I'll be immune to my father's opinion.
No, sir. He is not judgmental. He is a teacher. His father is a teacher. But see, at the end of the day, he has respected his opinion. But you want him to be successful. I want you to share your experience, how our relationship with Law Excellence has started. What you learned, what you felt bad about Law Excellence.
Relation started in 2021. In 2020 itself, after the 2020 prelims, I thought I would clear it, and I tried to join that program for the mains, but I could not clear it. So I used that time for my mains preparation. The best thing about the Gayatri campus was that you'll have a nice peer group. You'll exchange examples because there's a regular test on 3 topics, and you used to cover them. And it fate so happened that one of the questions I repeated this year, oil spills, regarding oil spills. I still remember the examples and I wrote them. So
you did that question there.
Yes,
there
in
Gayatri.
2020. Russia, in that thing, no oil spill happened in that year. Those examples stayed with me. So good peer group, that focus, definite regular tests, and good environment because it's away from the city, sound pollution and all disturbance. Those were the 3 taglines of Gayatri campus. Good things, these were the good things. Negative things, maybe not enough critical population of people. It was not sustainable.
Not enough number.
People.
We took only 50 students. The 50 students, maintaining them, cooking for them, this was kind of very expensive. So I was able to bear that for 2 years. After that,
Not sustainable.
it was not sustainable on financial front. And even for those 2 years, I did not charge anything for them.
And second most important thing, optional was neglected for GS. So that thing had a lot of backlash. Even though students were selected, then they had covered in interview and GS but lost in optional.
So it means, Satish, tomorrow when we are doing the mains program, so we have to take only 20-25 days of their time for GS to bring confidence, and we have to also give support services for the optional. Then that becomes sampurnata, completeness. Right. So how did your journey start with Venkat Mohan sir?
No.
Okay. So or else how we got connected?
Sir, actually when I was in Vajiram sir, in 2016 to 17 batch, you used to teach governance for us. So you used to teach in a very simple terms also. Sometimes you use very layman examples like Pullam Ailam.
Vajiram story.
Yes, sir.
Long term.
I used to feel very interested in his class, and I used to go after him after the class, and I used to ask some doubts. They were very petty, but he used to oblige them. So that way I know that, but he might not be knowing me because there were plenty of students there. Yeah. So, but last year when I came for the resort program, that retreat program, so that there I had
How
good
did you get to
interaction.
know that? Okay, through sir.
There are a number of friends, sir, who are into law excellence. So they took me to there, and there I had.
How was the experience with hackathon? Because that's a newly designed innovation from.
Almost everyone are familiar with
Hackathon.
that.
Oh, okay. So you're also,
Yes.
you're also there, Kaushik?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was very good, sir.
Right.
Yeah, that was very good, sir. Actually, last year I have come. This year I could not attend. So there I interacted with many other friends. Actually, the peer group was excellent.
This is the trick of success in UPSC.
Shweta's
Actually, the peer group I made there, they helped me in answer writing this year.
Okay, peer group last year hackathon.
Last year hackathons.
Building the peer group is the critical part of the success. Horizontal learning.
So last year hackathon helped for this year.
This year means, sir, because I got to know more of friends.
This is what he is talking about.
Understand the impact of mains program when 250 people play together, eat together, talk together, write exams together for 25 days. Create how much is the positive energy created by that? How much is the informal relations, that is geometric harmonic progressions, whatever it is. So that positive energy, sir. That's why I want to take them out of Hyderabad.
So last year hackathon helped you this year.
Yes, sir. In this year mains, it helped, sir. Because
How many friends did you make there?
sir, actually I had a good number of friends, but it doubled when I went there. Almost everyone looked familiar. I could message them, or we could connect easily. And the one thing they said that there are certain ways to achieve this mains, answer writing these things. I used to send my copies to them. They used to evaluate, and I used to evaluate their.
Optional was different.
Yeah, yes, sir. But I mean the GS and essay. I helped one guy with essay, and he helped me with GS. So that way it was a good cross pollination of ideas.
So this is what is. It is not.
It's very important. So
Yes.
Very, very important.
Yes. Actually, that bond also got better because this year there is a ranker called Akshay Deepak. He was my college mate, but I did not have enough rapport at that time. But those 3 days we stayed in a room. So he got
part of hackathon.
yeah he got 189, and I got 580 this year.
He got this time also.
So where is Akshay? I know him.
He's in Delhi.
He's in training. Sir. He's in training. Yes,
Right. I know Akshay.
that helped me, sir. Actually.
No, this is, sir. I mean, again, I want to stress that more than what we contribute, they are capable to contribute for themselves. We have to make that particular ecosystem possible, that deepening of the relationships possible. Shweta, your experience.
Yes, so it has been a similar experience. Before my interview preparation, I was preparing for home, and
You joined our test series, right?
yes, I joined the test series, but it was mostly online. I only came once or twice.
She has to come from Kukatpalli.
Yeah, so I was preparing from home. I didn't have any UPSC friends, and I was taking your guidance, but no peer group to discuss among ourselves. And then when I started to attend Rambabu sir's transcript sessions, then we formed a
No,
group.
during the mains, how could you form any friends? Why didn't you come?
I was preparing.
Mains test series. But you could have come here and formed friends, right?
Yes, sir. I don't know if it is my mindset, but I was like, I have to revise a lot of stuff. If we keep discussing, then I might miss out on what I have to do.
Exactly. This is what we are discussing.
So with the main RRP, sir says, why can't we do it here? I said, no, we have to take them out of the city, keep them away from this entire noise, and we have to make them focus.
So you wanted to study, revise your own material, right? You didn't
Yes.
want to interact with others.
Sir, I didn't know initially how these interactions could help me improve my performance. That only I realized it after interview interactions, sir.
So do you agree? My proposal is right?
Yeah, I think it's
So give me a high five then. So he is arguing with me. So this is what I told that informal relations that makes them successful. That is the horizontal learning. And our part is only 10%.
oh, okay. Actually, I gave a good compliment. You can write as well as Divya Mishra, both in Ethics and essay paper. That's what I wrote in one of the comments during your main test series.
Ethics essay course.
Ethics essay course. So, but then we didn't interact enough.
Yes, sir. It was lack of initiation from my side also.
But how did you change during the interview? You came regularly.
We came to transcripts.
I came to transcript sessions, and then we formed a group, like based on optional, we found a group, all anthropology people, and then we started discussing transcript questions. So I think
discussing with others these transcript questions.
yes.
Okay.
And then we went to resort, so, and also based on your current affairs
Yes,
questions.
current affairs.
So based on the answers, like whoever gave the best answer, we used to discuss it among ourselves.
That was also very useful. You were putting, I could not read the articles which you were posting because it was a paucity of time, but you used to write during the interview which is the best answer. I used to only read that one to save my time.
He's very strategic, very smart.
Rather than read the whole article, I used to
Most
read
best answers were written by her.
So nice.
Yeah.
Her completely.
Yes, sir. So after this interview preparation, I got
So
in
you
touch
mean
with
say
many
during the
people.
interview preparation, through transcript discussion, you understood that discussions would help.
Yes,
And then
and
you continued.
and then I realized like how people bring in different perspectives.
You
I used to, yeah.
began to come regularly.
Yeah, I used to travel a
that's
lot.
what I'm surprised. Because I noted down during the test series, you got from cooked curry. Because you are not coming. But then during the interview course, you came more regularly.
Yes. So during interview, if I start reading one topic, it used to go unidimensionally. I used to go in depth. But when I interact with many people, different perspectives were coming in.
But where were you interacting? Transcript discussion is one. And next
Here.
In discussion rooms, we used to gather among ourselves.
discussion groups. Okay. How about online or through Telegram? Are you doing that?
Telegram that was like on a one-to-one basis. If one PSIR student is there and if I had any IR related question, then I used to ask them. That was there.
So with how many you were relating? Like?
So almost 10 people.
Great.
So see the power of 250 people, sir. They're forming small groups and learning from each other. I'm motivating him about the project. That is only my agenda here.
So this answer writing helped you. How come you could write so good answers?
Sir,
I think you said it's going as very deep. Now she has.
because we have more time, sir, and I used to read article thoroughly, which whatever material you gave, I used to read it thoroughly. And if I was missing something, if I didn't get a complete understanding, then I used to go further. Otherwise, I used to start giving the test. And compared to mains, I think I had a lot more time, like 15 minutes was there for one question. So I could put my best thought into that answer, which I couldn't do in mains. I think that is one most biggest challenge for me in mains.
We are thinking we should do something similar at the mains stage. For example, I could recognize you as a topper during the interview stage, but not at the main stage. So the program required to be improved. That's what we concluded.
Yes, sir. So he has to go to a movie, sir. That is there in his mind. Tillu Square.
Just once. You can tell us how to improve.
Sir, regarding the mains, I would say that same model similar to that.
So whatever we did during the interview, don't you think we can do it during the next time?
It should be done because during that Gayatri campus, we used to pick a topic. There was a group of 5 to 6 people from different optionals. So examples were very multiple dimensional, and we used to note down the examples. 2-3 people from political science, they used to help in polity. They used to provide us court cases. So there was multiple of examples we used to write and multiple points and dimensions. So that thing helped. I think that should be done. There is this issue that maybe if we do not have enough foundational base, there is discussing will only waste time. So there is a critical threshold. Some half of the time you can dedicate to learning by yourself. Remaining time
Here we are giving a material, so people have enough information to.
But information, everybody will have the same information. Uniqueness will come from examples only. I think that discussion provides unique examples and ideas, not the foundation material. Foundation material, everybody should read by themselves.
Material plus discussion and then answer writing.
Unique time has to be judicially allocated.
So what we did, sir, evening time they used to play.
That
We created volleyball court. Remember, in this whatever badminton courts.
badminton.
So we made sure that they go out and play, and then tea is served only on the ground. So or else surrounding the ground. So then we made the round tables, Mary Parker Follett round table kind of thing. So the unconsciously they sit surrounding those round tables. Even in the garden, we made those round tables. So there is a natural flow of communication between the students. And reading room is 24 hours. Outside the reading rooms also we kept the round tables. So an environment is created for the people to interact in a natural atmosphere. So that is what is the beauty of it.
Very good.
So that's where naturally things flow. And we don't need to consciously do that. Unconsciously those things happen in the process. So
Actually, all of you are agreeing that discussions matter a lot and they actually help you a lot.
That is what is lacking in those Narayana there. Like, this is not IIT preparation wherein you have a lot of information and you cannot go out of that. In UPSC, there is always something new. You cannot handle it in an IIT kind of mindset.
yes. Wonderful. Oh, sorry, Kaushik, sorry.
So for me, I tried to reach out to Venkat Mohan sir because there's this Indian Foreign Service, one of my friends, Soumit Anna, who told me about you, but I could not find your contact.
Forest service.
Foreign service.
2 years back, he got it. He asked me, like after the interview, when I told what should I do, he asked me go and give Venkat Mohan sir mocks. But then I didn't find the contact or where sir is there, because even I was preparing mostly from my home because I was working. Even my preparation was mostly online test series and at home. I was more convenient at home because work and both the things. But afterwards, when the interview stage, when I got
Hyderabad only, right?
yes,
But still you didn't, okay.
no, so I didn't reach out to any offline test series because I was more comfortable writing at home, and even I was of the opinion that traveling from my home is a 1.5 or 2 hour process every day. So I chose to write from home, and it was during the hackathon that I got to know about the program that was there, and there I found out that Sir is
So
out here.
you see that hackathon, I mean, it reached more number of people.
Yeah.
It reached the new people, the people who didn't join the interview course before, joined hackathon.
Here one more point from
We
Kaushik.
joined hackathon, though we joined interview course much more.
So
we started-
now Kaushik, one important point, sir, which is for mains. What he said is for me to travel, even which is the common with Shweta. So they don't want to waste time
Even
on
they're
travel
Staying in Hyderabad, they are not planning to.
because there is a city of distances. There's a lot of time waste. And Kaushik, he has got a good way of managing himself. He has got clarity on how he has to approach this exam. So if you have clarity, if you can manage your time yourself, and then if you need a resource online or anywhere, if you get a resource, that is good. But as I was telling to you, RRP has to be in a space where they shall not waste time. Those 20 days, what I am suggesting, because they shall not feel that this is wasting our time. So food, sleeping, everything has to be within 100 meters distance. And with Gayatri campus, we planned it to that extent, even while they are eating, they have to discuss something. I used to go and sit with them. What are you discussing? Start something. Right. So that unconscious built up, they shall not feel time is getting wasted. This is, so Shweta or Kaushik, that is the most important point. After 20 days, once they understand what they need from this
Once
exam.
they develop friendship also,
Yeah.
then they are more likely to interact. It's kind of.
Yes, it was during the hackathon that I got to know you were there, and also during the hackathon I made a group of friends for interview because for me personally interview was one
Made
stage.
a group of friends during hackathon.
Yes, for discussion. And for me, sir,
It's too good.
personally interview was most lost phase because I was not knowing what to do. Whereas mains I got some clarity after some 1 month or 30 days. Like answer writing, I could understand. Okay, I should imitate the topper or else this is the way that will fetch marks. Prelims was all marks based, that was okay. But interview was one thing where I didn't understand whether I was going in the right direction. Here, the group of friends that I found, where we would discuss every day over the calls, that helped me after the hackathon.
You mean after hackathon you were interacting with others?
Yes. And also the group mocks that you organized, where I was coming and seeing other people that was the best thing I enjoyed in preparation process. That is one thing I personally.
Offline group mocks.
Yes, sir. Offline group mocks where we can sit and watch other people giving mocks. I understood the
But
mistakes.
actually, I attended only very few marks, watched very few, and still I think you learned a lot.
Yes, sir. Like the first one itself, where during the hackathon I sat and saw, I understood that this is something. I realized the mistakes that I generally do when the other person was doing. So I understood that it is
He's a
important.
very fast learner. Very
Daya too.
fast learner.
He is a Daya too.
I also was like this.
Daya was like this.
Actually, you didn't take many marks, you didn't write many tests, and grasped and implemented.
He is Daya too. We had Raja Dayanidhi. You know him? He's an IAS officer now in Maharashtra. Whatever you
was
give,
more like
first attempt only. And he's like, anything you give, so he has got judgment.
I think in the first mark itself, I said you are a good student.
Yes, like you said, but
With some change.
That, yeah.
So did he not criticize you?
Yes,
There are
sir, I criticized the second time.
So nothing goes without
Just
criticism.
one second. The second time it was better, sir. And the final discussion where I came to the place that there when we discussed. There I understood my own mistakes also, and you said a mark range, and I was like, okay, maybe I understood my mistakes over those marks. And also when we discussed about the mistakes that I did in my DAF, because I didn't know how to fill the DAF.
Exactly.
I thought maybe I should have filled it better, but I, however, filled it off by then. So I worked out few things. I tried to implement the things we discussed about the DAF, tweaking my answers in such a way it leads to DAF. But I tried to do it in interview also to some extent. But yes, sir, that helped. Like mostly group mocks were something that I enjoyed watching them, because maybe I liked finding out the mistakes in others, criticizing others at the end.
And we could learn from others' mistakes.
Yes, exactly. So actually, did we videograph them?
We have videographed, but
No, at least we could give it to the students, not giving it publicly, YouTube, this drama we shall stop. But we can give it to the students so that, because when they are so valuable resource, at the end of the evening we can edit and share them to the students.
So we can just, I think, two interactions you learn.
Yes,
Two or three interactions.
Three times I met.
3 times you make, but you watch some interviews. But on the whole, I can tell you, you are very fast learner.
That's why he is in first attempt. Right, again, everyone are saying so good about hackathon. I want to tell the man who proposed the idea to me, Satish. He's the one who proposed that idea.
But in fact, the most amazing thing said about hackathon is what you said.
Thank you, sir.
From last year hackathon, he cleared this year notes.
Yes.
So that's what is said. I mean, actually, when we were preparing, there were a lot of social relationships. We used to meet regularly.
Yes.
But now those relationships
So you
are
were
gone.
interacting on hackathon with some students.
Yes, sir. Like we made
Super
a
and
WhatsApp
made
group,
some.
WhatsApp group, and we used to have calls over the WhatsApp group and discuss transcript or topics.
Amazing.
Sir, Hyderabad is also very discreet, sir, and there are many good students. Yeah.
You could have got really high score.
అదే సార్ హైదరాబాద్ లో చాలా డిస్క్రీట్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారు సార్, అక్కడక్కడ మంచి స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారు, బట్ గెటింగ్ దెమ్ టుగెదర్ టు ఏ ప్లేస్ అనేది ఈస్ ఎ గుడ్ ఐడియా సార్.
So we have created a very good reading room, which is, I can say, best of the reading rooms if you compare across India. And you can watch the secretariat every night, every day, at least. So my objective is to bring all these best students into that reading room. Right? If we are able to bring those best students, automatically that energy is created, learning is created. So, core batch. So we want to expand that core batch. So anyone who is interested, who is failing repeatedly in mains, suggest to us. They don't need to pay anything to us. Just we want them with us, and we want to work with them. Okay, thank you very much. We took a lot of time.